All right, guys, welcome back. Resorting to retirement. Today, I think that we're gonna have a little bit more of a just to get to know us, talk about some fun things with the channel, some things that Maddie wanted to talk about. Um, just a little update. We're still working on the logo.
But we got a pillow.
we did get a fun pillow. Little update on just an idea, not for sale yet, but just an idea of what of something that we're working on.
Compliments to Beline McGowan, mommy.
Yeah, thanks to my mom. It was part of a birthday present, but it was a cool idea because now we got the coasters for an idea. We got the pillow.
You could say she's our number one supporter.
At the least. But we did send the logo off. We are getting it worked with. We're talking about a little bit of a change up, maybe. We're working on it.
We are working on it. So my aunt actually has her own business with graphic design. So I pretty much reached out to her and just asked, hey, is this something that you would consider? And do you have the time for it? And luckily, school is back in. So her kiddos are back off to school. And she did have some time for it. So we're talking to her about it. And she's sent us over some things. We're just reviewing and revising. So hopefully we'll have something here soon to show you guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited to finally, get the trademark. Get something established for
Check
the merch.
Box off of our to-do list.
one week at a time.
Yep.
It takes longer than a day for some of it. That's why it's a week at a time.
Yeah, but we do actually have some pretty cool things that we've been discussing for next week. Kind of more along the lines of trademarks and what that looks like and how do you do it. And so that is something that we can potentially look forward to next week's
So like and subscribe to see that one next week. But this week, one of the things we wanted to talk about too is resorting to retirement. What's our next trip? Me personally, I'm about to go on a bachelor trip, double bachelor. I didn't have one before me and her got married, and one of my other good friends got engaged. So there are 5 guys total going out to Vegas.
That's going to be a hell of a video.
Definitely stay tuned to see the edit for that one. It's going to take me probably a few weeks to edit everything put together from everybody recording, but it's going to be fun.
I'll have a bachelorette trip eventually, but for now, that is not in the books for me. So maybe next year.
We'll go on one more trip before the end of the year. Maybe a small one.
Maybe up north. I haven't been home in a while. I think I'm going to go up home. So that's probably...
Maybe a trip to Ohio. Maybe a trip even further south. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for the year.
Maybe to the Keys.
That's where I want to go.
Well, I haven't seen my family in okay. We'll let you know. Trips, not trips. We don't know.
Vegas
Either
is
one
for
of
sure.
Us, Vegas is for sure. One of us will go somewhere and we'll bring you with us. Well, at least the camera. So.
And you wanna talk about some things that you were looking at for the channel? Talk about how the plant's doing.
So the plants. So I don't know if anybody's seen anything on TikTok. I haven't posted there in a minute. I started planting some squash and zucchini, watermelon, things of that nature. Some of them are doing things. A lot of them are not. I don't really know what's going on, but I think that that's actually kind of part of the journey, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. So as we've said, like in our past videos, the big plan is to buy land. We're going to build. We're going to do the kind of like a barn dominium style homestead type deal. The homesteading aspect is more so my thing than I think anybody else's, but I really want to garden and I want to learn how to do it in Florida. I want to be self-sufficient and I want to give back to the community. So I am working on trying to learn how to do those things on a smaller scale now. And we only have a little bit of room in our backyard. We have a pool area, like a lanai, that is enclosed. So that's really nice for some small potted plants. But over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be trying to build a raised garden bed type deal out in the actual nature aspect where bunnies can get to it without the lanai, not a lot of protection, that whole deal. So we have some watermelon. I think I have a zucchini, and I think I have 2 squash.
They're growing a little bit.
Yeah, they are. They're still babies, but they're growing. I actually recently bought myself a little treat. It's this cup. It's got bees on it, and it says, let it, ... bee, So that actually ties into another goal of mine, is to eventually have our own bees and honey. And that kind of loops back in to resorting to retirement in the aspect of being able to give back to people things that are homegrown, things that, don't have pesticides in them and they aren't ultra processed, things from real people to real people, kind of like a backyard to belly deal. So we've got that in the works. It's in the plans. I don't really know when we're going to make that a real thing, probably after we buy the land and have some more land to produce more on. But those things kind of tie into resorting to retirement. I know that a lot of what we've talked about and a lot of, ideas and things like that have kind of been more so Tyler's forte. But what's awesome about this whole thing is that Tyler has his pinpoints and his ideas that are awesome. And then I have ideas that are completely different that also tie in, and they both work really well together. And I think it can really help us grow, just reaching a lot of people as well, because I think that some of my ideas might reach different people that are also interested in the same thing. And then likewise for him, a lot of our adventures like boating and cars and fishing, things like that, that's going to be able to reach different people as well and maybe tie in everybody together. The hope would be that, you guys will still continue to watch and still be able to take a part in each video that we make, regardless of what it's, really about, just because it's kind of a whole loop. Like it's a whole picture. There's a whole world inside of each little smaller umbrella. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, 100%. And I think that, the vision of everything is going to be cool because we're also learning how to videotape it in a way that's making people want to see the story.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves to see a good story. So we're also trying to film it in a way that keeps it interesting for people. We're learning how to make it appealing, I guess.
Well, and I don't think that there's ever going to not be a time when we're going to stop learning. I think that's going to continue throughout our entire journey doing this. And we talk about that so much of us learning. But we are, and it makes, I don't know about you, but I feel better every time that we sit behind, like that we sit here ready to get it down. We talk about what, we're going to bring to the table this week. And every time I feel like I'm getting more confident. I feel like I am ready to talk to you guys and talk to you and kind of make it come to life. I feel like it's better every week.
Yeah, because we have a few talking points each time, but we don't rehearse anything. We kind of talk about some ideas for it, and the idea is for it to just be organic.
Yeah.
There's
a mini role play that kind of goes behind it, just in, well, okay, let's take a step back. How do we make this flow, right? Instead of being like, oh, well, this is this, and then completely opposite, we're going to talk about this now, and then we're actually going to hit this point.
It's not scripted at all.
No, it's not.
It's completely unscripted with a few bullet points to hit on the podcast, which has been cool. It's been cool learning, and it's never going to not be cool to keep learning a little bit more.
I agree. It's kind of funny, actually. Every time that I look over at him instead of you guys, I can only see him through this little area right here. So I see just his eyes.
Well, part of the new house will be when we have a little bit more space for a
For
better
everything.
setup. Yeah,
For everything.
for everything. Plants, cars,
Right.
better podcast setup.
Yeah.
But this is what we got right now, and it's not terrible.
No, and honestly, that's the thing, is that I think that a lot of people also, we're all working towards something, right? Whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, you're slowly but surely taking the steps to one day get there. That is exactly what this is. And I think that that's really raw. And I think that that's inspiring because everybody is doing it. Everybody is just trying to get there. And no matter what way you're trying to do it, it's just important that you start. And that's what we decided we should do. We
Right,
were like,
that's
you
what
know
we're
what,
doing
let's
right
just
now.
start. Let's just do it. So,
And unfortunately, I wish we had a better timeline to give on getting land and that process. But
it's an everyday look. We're looking
right,
every
we're looking
day.
every day. I would say maximum timeline out would be from right now would be like another year and a half is what we're hoping for. But if we find something good that we need to pull the trigger on sooner,
We'll do it.
then we're looking to do that. So, as soon as we get the land, even though we're not building, we can always go out there and start planning stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's one of the really cool things about not having a plan, honestly. I think that in life sometimes we try and overplan and overschedule when having things happen organically actually could be best. I feel like the universe works in magical ways, and sometimes you're not given what you think you need because you really don't need it, or vice versa. You're presented with opportunities that you don't even realize are going to open up the rest of your life. And at that point, I say we roll with the punches. I say we go for it. We take what's given to us, and whatever we can do with what we've got in that moment, we roll with it. We just go.
Which is, that's exactly what we're going to do. As soon as we get the land, like I said, I think we could start planning, start doing a little bit more with videos as far as the planting goes, like with those. And then it'll be fun to do like process pictures of the barndominium too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
laying the concrete, doing the skeleton build, putting up drywall,
Yeah.
learning how to do all that. Cause I've never really done all of those things before.
Yeah, I haven't either. I've done a little bit of drywall. I've done a little bit of, laying tile, things like that, little at-home DIY renovations type of things, but I've never actually gone through a build. I don't know the steps that we need to make it. Talking to general contractors, talking to people who service wells, there's so much that goes into it that I didn't even really think about until now. It's getting more serious, and
You start looking into more, you start researching more.
yeah, and I think that it's important, at least to me. To me, it is important to, in Florida, be able to survive through a natural disaster like a hurricane or something of that nature, because especially now that we're farther south in Florida, the likelihood of an evac route is just not. A lot of people that are down here, they stay through it all. They're flooded in. They can't get out of their house for 3 weeks. It's a real thing for people in Florida. So I think that we are all in the same boat when we say that we have an opportunity to, and this opportunity wasn't given. It's through hard work and determination that we've been given this opportunity. So through all of that, though, but we have these decisions to make of, what is the right choice, for example, for a door, for a front door. I never in my wildest dreams would have sat back and thought we should get a door that is 100% hurricane proof, that has bolted locks, and that can have a flood halfway up the door. I would have never even thought about that. But those are doors that we can and are thinking about getting because of that possibility to
Right.
have it not flood our house.
Right. Of like a natural disaster.
But
And
there's a lot of deep things that go into it that's something just so simple as your front door. But, you know, you've got windows, you've got roofing, things that you would have never thought there could be so many options behind. There are so many crazy options.
There definitely is a lot. And we're looking into all of them. And we're figuring it out as we go. But we're looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. It's exciting.
Taking advantage of an opportunity that necessarily wasn't given. I mean, we took advantage.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I also think that it just comes down to having a little bit of an idea of what you want, because I spent a lot of my life thinking that I wanted things, and then a couple months later I was like, you know what? This sounds terrible now. I don't actually want this.
I still want all the things that I wanted.
Oh my gosh, I don't. I've sat back and thought that there were so many good ideas. And don't get me wrong, they were great ideas, but
I've wanted a Lamborghini since I was 3, and I still want one. So
well, I guess I have always wanted to give back to my community. And now we're doing that. Or gonna be doing that. So
going to be working towards it.
So that's a goal that I've had, that I've kept a promise to myself about. So that's pretty cool.
I'm keeping the promise to myself too.
Yeah, we'll get you a Lamborghini one day.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Is there anything else you wanted to
add? Just another thank you. And you know, one day soon we'll have some more videos out there about gardening, about planning. If you guys, you know, want to follow the story of how to start producing your own food, how to go out into your garden and learn how to produce in Florida, we would love
you to follow the journey with us for sure.
And you know, that community that I want to build, that community that I want to give back to, that takes me doing what I want to do, and also it also takes people wanting me to do it. So you know, I don't want to be alone in it, and I don't want for people to feel like they're alone on their journey as well. You know, that is the type of community I want. A community where we can rely on each other and have discussions and talk about it, and you know, where are we going, what are we doing, let's talk. So that's where I'm at. Just want to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for the support. If you have anything else to say, make sure you comment, like, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends. We just want to thank you guys again for all the support. I think that'll be it.
Later.
Life is too short.